So this story broke 5 days ago, and I was still on vacation at that time, so I didn't have any time to cover this story, but we're going to be covering it now because this story is pure gold. I love everything about this article. I love everything about what these people have to say about the Outer Worlds. So we're going to go ahead and get into this story. Now, you guys know I like to give praise to people who stand up to the SJW nonsense as much as I like to knock people down who don't. So we're going to go ahead and get to the story now. This is from PC Gamer, and this is written by Andy Chalk. The Outer Worlds co-director says it will be political, but not politically charged. So Obsidian creative director Leonard Boyarsky said in a recent interview with VGC that the studio is not trying to make its upcoming RPG, The Outer Worlds, into a really hard politically charged game, and that it is being very careful to not lecture players about its themes. Which is a good thing. That is a great thing right there. I love this article already, how it starts off and everything. I do not like games lecturing to me. I do not like movies lecturing to me. I do not like TV shows lecturing to me. Keep the lecturing out of it. So, that is great. We are already off to a great start. Well done on that, Leonard. So, but his description of those themes, which include power and how power is used against people who don't have it, has an awfully political ring to it. So, we already have Andy being butthurt because there are political themes in the game, but these people are so stupid. You know, we have seen this over and over again about these games and stuff, and the people that are making the games, and the people that are interviewing the people making the games, and all that type of stuff. The people that are interviewing these developers are absolute idiots. They don't understand. They just can't, for some reason, get it through their heads that you can have a game that has political themes, that has a political setting, without it lecturing the players, without it basically trying to influence the players in one political way or another. And that's what I don't understand why that's so hard for these people to get. I don't understand why that is such a difficult concept, but for some reason it is. For some reason these people continue to struggle with that. They just their brains must be like made out of concrete or something. I don't know. But The Outer Worlds is about a deep space colonist whose ship gets knocked off course and so ends up being awakened from cryosleep decades later, then intended into a galaxy dominated by mega corporations and rampant capitalism. Sounds good to me. Despite the obvious setup for a heavy-handed takedown of consumer culture, Boyarsky said he's not against capitalism and he's pretty happy with the state of society overall, although there are a lot of ways in which it could be improved. Letting you guys know right now, I'm not against capitalism either. I am totally in favor of capitalism. So, that sounds good to me. Let me just say right now, everything that I've seen about Outer Worlds so far, I've watched the gameplay of it, I've watched the trailers. Nothing about this game really has me interested. This isn't probably going to be a game I picked up, but I love everything that Leonard Boyarsky is saying about the game, so that is why I'm doing this article, obviously. It can be insidious, the way in which people control the stories you tell about the world. If you let other people control that narrative, then they can control you to a certain degree, says Leonard. That can be any form of government. If it wasn't capitalism, it could be something else. This guy totally gets it. This guy absolutely gets what's happening right now in our culture with the SJW nonsense. He totally gets that entertainment in general is just completely charged politically, and all has a certain political narrative to it that is trying to push people in one political direction. He totally gets everything happening here. I love that so much. That sounds awfully political. Aw, right? I think Andy's going to cry. Control the narrative, control the people is something you might read in a dystopian sci-fi novel. But he said that the goal is to avoid staking out a position on obviously political matters and instead let players draw their own conclusions. And I love how he tries to disclaim the fact that this is what the mainstream media and entertainment is doing, that controlled the narrative, controlled the people. Control the narrative and control the people is exactly what the mainstream media is doing, is exactly what sites like PC Gamer are doing, what it's exactly what SJWs are doing, and it's exactly what Hollywood and the entertainment industry in general is doing. This is exactly what is happening right now. They want to control the narrative to control the people. They want to influence us to think how they want us to think. That is exactly what's happening, but I love it how Andy's like, but that's just something you'd read in a novel. That's not happening at all. Nothing to see here, guys. There's no wizard behind the curtain here. But he said that the goal is to avoid taking out a position on obviously political matters and instead let players draw their own conclusions, which is great. Let the players think for themselves. That's what I want to do when I play a game. I want to be able to make my own come to my own conclusions when I play the game. I don't need the game to tell me, all right, now this is bad, this is good. If you don't think that this is bad, then you're a racist and a sexist. There are people in this game who have philosophies that I don't agree with, and I take pains to make those people very likable, very sensible, and very believable, says Leonard. Then there are people in the game who say things I agree with, who are perhaps not very nice to hang out with, Boyarsky said. But we don't want to set up straw men or anything like that. Look how horrible this is. It's really about looking at all aspects of issues. The last thing we want to do is make a game that people feel is lecturing them. This guy is so awesome. I absolutely love Leonard Boyarsky. Leonard, I am a fan of yours now. I don't even care about your game, but I am a fan of you. You absolutely get it, and I love every single thing you're saying here. You are laying down the truth. You're laying down the facts, and it is beautiful to see. Keep doing this, Leonard, because the gaming industry needs to hear this. Entertainment industry needs to hear this in general. This is great. This is fantastic. I just want to go over this a little bit slower here. There are people in this game who have philosophies that I don't agree with, and I take pains to make those people very likable, very sensible, and very believable. Then there are people in the game who say things I agree with who are perhaps not very nice to hang out with, because guess what? That is real life. Guess what? There are people who are likable who can have completely different political views than you. I have tons of friends who have political viewpoints and political ideologies, religious viewpoints, religious ideologies, all of that type of stuff that are completely opposite to mine, you know? But we can still be friends. We can still get along. That is the beauty of humanity. That is the beauty of our culture, or what's left of our culture, I guess. I don't know. It's what our culture should be, you know. But this is where we're at right now, where the mainstream media and the SJWs don't want you to get along with people who have different political viewpoints than you do. They want you to shut those people down. They want you to cut those people out. Well, that's what they want to do, I should say. So we don't want to set up a straw man or anything like that. Look how horrible this is. It's really about looking at all aspects of issues. The last thing we want to do is make a game that people feel is lecturing them. Fantastic stuff. I love everything that this dude is saying here. Thank you so much, Leonard. Like, seriously, this is an incredible article. Boyarsky compared Obsidian's approach to the handling of racial issues in the 2001 RPG Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, which he headed up for Troika. The story always comes down to balance of power, how people get to power and how they use it, he says. We've been very careful, and I've been very careful. This guy is awesome. This guy is seriously awesome, and I love just how butthurt these mainstream media articles and sites are and stuff. Like, it's not just the PC Gamer that covered this. VG247 also covered this article, and they also, you know, have been pretty butthurt about this entire thing too, and I'm sure that there's plenty of others as well. Let me see if there's any comments down here. I want to see what some of the people are saying. Are there any comments down here? Do they not have comments? I don't know. Okay, maybe they don't have comments. Oh, see comments. There we go. Okay. The definition of political you seem to be using is so broad that it's effectively meaningless. By your definition, Mario is political because it contains a monarchy. That's just confusing yourself with semantics. Almost no one interprets political to mean that. Well said, Chiswas. I totally agree with you there. What's funny is that most people think that politics is everything and are everywhere, especially these people who have to label everything. Exactly. Somebody should do the C- college student thing and lead off with Webster's defines politics as. Oh, man. So, most of these people are normal thinking human beings. Most gamers are normal thinking human beings, and they totally agree with what Boyarsky is saying here. But the mainstream media doesn't want to agree with him. SJWs don't want to agree with him. But I love everything that Leonard said here. So well done on that, Leonard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about what Leonard said. What do you think about this article? Are you going to be picking up The Outer Worlds when it comes out? Let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.